Hey there, nature nerds! Today we're talking about relationships, not the kind that end with you blocking someone on Instagram. We're diving into the wild world of biological partnerships, where organisms hook up for survival, not swiping right. You've probably heard of parasitism. That's the horror story of the bunch. But have you heard about symbiosis and commensalism? These are like parasitism's cooler cousins who actually bring something to the party. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your houseplants, your pets, or even your own intestines the same way again. Let's start with a metaphor everyone understands: roommates. Parasitism is when you have that nightmare roommate who eats your food, never pays rent, leaves dishes in the sink for weeks, and somehow manages to give you bedbugs. They benefit enormously. You suffer continuously. That's a parasite, taking resources while giving back nothing but misery. Examples: ticks sucking your blood, tapeworms throwing a rave in your intestines, that one friend who always forgets their wallet. Classic parasites. Commensalism is when you have a roommate who's basically a ghost. They live in your apartment, maybe they use your Wi-Fi, they benefit from the heating you pay for, but they don't really affect you at all. They're not eating your leftovers, they're not making noise, they're just there. One party benefits, the other is completely neutral about the whole arrangement. Let's talk about commensalism first, because it's the most underrated of the bunch. Picture this: you're a whale, you're enormous, you're majestic, you've got your own theme music when you swim, and attached to you are these little hitchhikers called barnacles. They're stuck to your skin, getting free transportation across the ocean, access to nutrient-rich waters, protection from predators. All while you, the whale, literally don't even notice they're there. That's commensalism. The barnacles are living their best life, and you're just doing whale things completely unbothered. Another example: cattle egrets. These birds follow around large animals like cattle or elephants. Why? Because when these big guys walk through grass, they stir up insects, and the birds swoop in for an easy meal. The cattle don't care. They're not being harmed, they're not being helped, they're just walking. Meanwhile, the birds are eating like they're at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or think about the plants growing on tree branches in rainforests, epiphytes like orchids. They're using the tree as a platform to get closer to sunlight, but they're not stealing nutrients from the tree. They're just renting the space. The tree? Completely indifferent. Commensalism is nature's way of saying, hey, I'm going to use this, but you won't even know I was here. Now let's talk about symbiosis, specifically mutualistic relationships, because this is where nature gets beautiful. You know what's wild? You literally could not survive without symbiosis happening inside you right now. Your gut is full of bacteria, trillions of them, and they're not parasites. They're partners. They help you digest food, produce vitamins, and even support your immune system. In exchange, you give them a warm place to live and a steady supply of food. Everybody wins. But let's talk about the real power couple of the biological world: the clownfish and the sea anemone. Anemones have these stinging tentacles that can paralyze most fish, but clownfish, they're immune. So they live among the tentacles, protected from predators, while they clean the anemone and chase away fish that might eat it. It's a bodyguard with benefits situation. Both parties are better off together than apart. Or how about plants and pollinators? Bees visit flowers to collect nectar and pollen for food. While they're doing this, they accidentally transfer pollen from flower to flower, helping plants reproduce. The bees get fed, the flowers get fertilized. That's not freeloading, that's collaboration. Here's one more that'll blow your mind: leafcutter ants. These ants cut up leaves and bring them back to their colony, not to eat, but to grow fungus on them. The fungus breaks down the leaves and becomes food for the ants. Meanwhile, the fungus gets cultivated and protected by the ants. These insects literally invented agriculture millions of years before humans did, and they did it through symbiosis. Okay, now for the horror show: parasitism. Parasites are the ultimate freeloaders who don't just take, they actively harm their host in the process. and nature has come up with some truly diabolical parasites. Let's talk about the parasitic wasp. This wasp finds a caterpillar, lays eggs inside it, and those eggs hatch into larvae that eat the caterpillar from the inside out. But here's the twisted part. They keep the caterpillar alive as long as possible, saving the vital organs for last. It's like a horror movie where the victim is kept conscious for the entire ordeal. Or consider the tongue-eating louse. This parasite enters a fish through its gills, attaches to the tongue, and sucks blood from it until the tongue atrophies and falls off. Then the louse replaces the tongue, functioning as the fish's new tongue while continuing to feed on its blood and mucus. That's not just parasitism, that's identity theft. And we can't forget about toxoplasmosis, the parasite that infects rodents and makes them lose their fear of cats. Why? Because the parasite can only complete its life cycle if the rodent gets eaten by a cat. So it literally hijacks the rodent's brain to make it suicidal. Mind control is real, folks. So there you have it. Parasitism is the exploitative relationship where one benefits and one suffers. Commensalism is the neutral relationship where one benefits and the other doesn't care. And symbiosis is the mutually beneficial relationship where everyone wins. Nature is basically one giant apartment complex with all kinds of roommate situations, some beautiful, some horrifying, and some where you didn't even know someone else was living there. The next time you see a bird following a cow, or you think about the bacteria in your gut, or you watch a nature documentary about wasps, remember, it's all about who's benefiting and who's paying the price. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, in nature, there's no such thing as a free lunch, unless you're a commensal. Then it's all free lunch.